Hey there, YouTube family, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with DJ. And I, of course, am your host, Chef DJ. So tonight, I'll be showing you how to make something really simple. It is a staple in the family, my family especially. We love us some good old cornbread, but I'm doing something with a spin on it. I'm going to make a honey corn muffin. It goes good with some greens. What is greens? I'm glad that you asked. Like collard greens, turnip greens, kale. Well, we don't do kale too much, but anyway, any type of green, cornbread goes perfect with it. So I'm going to show you how to make this delicious recipe of corn muffin, honey corn muffin. So get your seasoning cabinet open as I have mine, and let's go ahead and get to baking. All right, and so for tonight's recipe, these are the ingredients that you will need. You will need 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I swear by gold medal flour, but you can use whatever you like, whatever floats your boat. Go ahead and do it. The goal is to make us a honey corn muffin, so you can use whatever type of flour you like to use. You will also need 2 sticks of butter, which is equivalent to 1 cup of butter. Yeah, did you know that? 1 stick of butter is a half cup. 2 is a full cup of butter. You'll need that. You will need 2 eggs, 2 huevos. You will need 1 cup of leche, that is milk, 1 cup of milk. You'll need a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. It's going to give it that nice rise that you want. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt. Kind of balance that flavor out a little bit. You'll need a 1/4 cup of honey and 3 teaspoons of sugar. You'll also need a good sized mixing bowl. And you will need good old whisk. Oh yeah, and you will need this right here, a good spoon. Now that you know what we need, let's go ahead and start making up these honey corn muffins. Yeah, duh, you're gonna need this right here too. You're gonna need a muffin pan. This here is a mammoth muffin pan, but you can make them in many muffin pans. However you like to do it, make it all your own, as I said in videos past. If you never heard me say that, go back and watch and you'll hear me say that you can make it all your own. Make it something great. Make it something that's wonderful. Give it your own pizzazz, your own flair, if you will. All right, let's go. First things first, go ahead and melt this butter up. You're not going to put it inside your hole like that. Did you think that? No, we're not doing that. Going to melt the butter up, and let's go ahead and start making this cornbread. All right, so we can start making this here cornbread. Your cup of cornmeal, your cup of flour, pour those in there together. Just like that, just like that. All right. You'll do all of your dry ingredients first. Always remember that. Dry ingredients first. Touch your neighbor and say dry ingredients first. Dry ingredients first. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Dry ingredients first. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 and 2. And you hit it with this right here, your baking soda. 1 teaspoon of that. And you hit it with this right here. 1 teaspoon of salt. I have Morton salt. You can use whatever type of salt you have. Some just have the one that just says salt, and that's perfectly fine too. You want to get a little salty element, kind of balance the flavor out a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to whisk all of these dry ingredients together. Just like that. Now this same mixture can go for corn cakes. Corn cakes, you ever heard of pancakes? Yeah, you can make corn cakes out of the same batter. It's really delicious. It's great for breakfast. I promise you it is. So you mix that all together, right? Remember that butter that we said we're going to melt? We melted that. This right here. Pour that in there. That is 2 sticks of butter, which is also equivalent to 1 cup. 1 stick of butter is equivalent to a half cup of butter. So we're going to take that. We're adding our wet ingredients now. Then we're going to hit it with this right here, this milk. You're going to hit it with a cup of milk. 1 cup of that. 1 cup of the leche. That's milk in Spanish for those that don't know. Add that. Now we're going to go ahead and whisk all of that together. Whisk all that together. And I'm telling you, Jiffy ain't got nothing on this. When you make your own cornbread, you'll be making cornbread and corn muffins from here on out. I promise you, you will. See how that mixes together all pretty? It should have that type of consistency. It shouldn't be too loose. If it's too loose, just add you a little more flour, a little more cornmeal, and make it do what it do. All right, so now we're going to add these here. 2 huevos, 2 eggs. I believe it's huevos in Spanish, eggs. I believe so. If I said that wrong, somebody correct me. Mix that in there. Oh, yeah. Mix it real good. Blend it all together. I think it's a wonderful thing how the batter turns yellow. It all looks white when you first throw it in there. When you mix it, it becomes really good. Turns yellow. Turns into something wonderful. And you know what? This same cornbread right here, without the sugar in it that we're going to add, you would take that and use that same cornbread to make your cornbread stuffing. Cornbread has multiple uses. I promise you it does. Now that that's mixed all together good, just a quick video, for the little staples. Sometimes you want something that's a little comforting. Cornbread is comforting. And when you add honey to it, it's comforting and delicious all together. So now we're going to add this right here. We're going to add those 3 teaspoons of sugar to that mixture. Mix that in. It's really good. I promise you it's going to be good. How do you say corn in Spanish? I don't know, so I'm not going to try to embarrass myself. I won't do that. This is your cornbread batter. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Now we're going to add this right here. The featured guest, honey. Oh, man. Got to add that to it. Rinse this spoon off, get some of that dry ingredient off of it. And we are going to add our 1/4 cup of honey to that. Oh, man. Oh, man. The first time I had cornbread with honey in it, a friend of mine made it. And it was delicious. I'm like, oh, man, I got to do that. You'll love it. I promise you, you'll love it. It's great. Gives it that nice little crispy and savory and sweet and just scrumptious cornbread. I'm going to have this cornbread right here with some greens. That's what I'm going to do. What do I mean by greens? Turnip greens, collard greens, mustard green, kale, any of those. You can have that cornbread with some greens. Sop it up inside that pot liquor. What's pot liquor? I'm glad that you asked. That's the juice that comes from the greens after you cook them. You dip that cornbread in that. That's some good stuff. That's like slap your mama good. Don't slap your mama because you may not wake up. But that's the good stuff. Mix all this together. And that is your honey cornbread. Now let's go ahead and load that muffin pan up. Just greasing up our muffin pan with a little bit of vegetable oil. Let's keep that little bit of stickiness from on that cornbread muffin. No, we got to get this out of here because we're going to eat this cornbread muffin. And that's a honey cornbread muffin too. Oh, we're going to eat this. We're going to enjoy that. Grease your pan up a little bit. It's supposed to be non-stick. I don't always trust it. That's just me. But you know what? Your faith may be a little bit stronger than mine, and you may like to struggle to get your cornbread muffin out of the pan. I don't like to struggle. I just like it to slide right on down and just be an easy, pretty cornbread. You know what I mean? That's what I like. But, you know, to each his own, tomato, whatever. Sticky cornbread, broken up cornbread, is all cornbread the same, right? No, it's not. It got to be whole. Got to be whole. So now we're going to go ahead and ladle this cornbread, honey cornbread batter into this muffin pan right here. We're going to use a ladle because you want to keep away all the mess. I believe that whenever you cook in the kitchen, whenever you bake in the kitchen, it should look like you were never in it once you finished. It should be a very clean kitchen once you're finished doing it. And if you're like me and my family, we like to clean as we go. Just a little side note. So we're going to pour this in here, ladle it. Be sure not to fill them all the way up to the top because they will rise because the baking powder is in it. So you don't want to make a mess. Have all that stuff sticking in the bottom of your oven. Now you got a double mess to clean up. Yeah, that's not good. And because this ladle is big, I only have to do one ladle of that into that pan and just let it work. Let it get to smoking. Turn that bad boy around. And do the rest of them. Oh, yeah. You guys are going to love this. I promise you. You will. You'll love it. You'll love it. Just message me and tell me how much you like it. Because I know that you will. You're going to love it. That's why you should subscribe, man. I've been telling y'all, subscribe. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? I think that happened on I Know What You Did last summer. Last one. And you see that? It filled up 6. Let's get some extra batter out of it. I don't want that last muffin to be kind of stingy. We don't want no anorexic muffins over here. We don't do that. All right, so we can go ahead and drop these inside the oven. Not drop them literally, but we're gonna pour these. You know, I'm very anal about stuff like that. I just like to get stuff out of the way, get all that extra excess mess out the way, hard crustaceans and all that. Let's get that out the way. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Clean that up. All right, so we'll go ahead and drop this inside the oven for about a good 25 minutes. Let them rise up and get all crispy and golden brown on you, and then we'll see what we did. All right, and so the corn muffins are smelling up real nice. I smell that honey and butter coming from the oven. Let's go ahead and check these bad boys out. Oh yeah, they're done. They are done. And here are your corn muffins. We're gonna go ahead and let these bad boys cool off. This one right here has my name on it. See how I got that little crispy edge? I like the crunchy edges of corn muffins. I don't know. It's just me, my own personal thing. Let these cool off. We'll pop them out of this muffin pan and show you the finished product. Ladies and gentlemen, ma'ams and sirs, Mr. and Mrs., the moment that you've all been waiting for. Here are your honey cornbread muffins. Oh, yeah. That one got my name on it. You see that? Jesus. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, man. All right, so here's a moment of truth. Jesus. And they're nice and hot. They got the little, well, they're not hot, but they're warm. Warm breads are, it's a weakness. It's a weakness. It's a weakness. But here's the bottom of the muffin. Nice and brown, not blackened or burnt. It should be brown. It should be brown. Anyway, moment of truth. Let's eat this corn muffin right here. Whoa, Nelly. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Where my greens at? All right. And so our honey corn muffins are officially done. They're absolutely, they're delicious. I do want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes. And if you have not subscribed, by all means, hit that post notification bell on the bottom right, bottom left of your screen and select all so you'll be notified every time that I, Chef DJ, post another video for your tasting pleasure. With that being said, you can eat your corn muffins, sop it up with some greens, close your seasoning cabinet, because we're officially done.